Brandi Cook, and this is my business partner, Vikki Crossland, and we have the pleasure of being here with Chef Chad at his newest restaurant,
The Red Door. And it's on the north end of Lawrence Street, and we're excited because it's right next to our office, so we could step in and have dinner.
Share a wall.
We share a wall. So welcome to Chef to the north end of Aiken.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your restaurant and what your visions and what you are.
Well, the restaurant, I didn't know really where I wanted to go. It was going to be some kind of cuisine. Being owner of Whiskey Alley, also, I didn't want to, take away from that. So I wanted something new. I live downtown. I also have Whiskey Alley, so I wanted something additional downtown. And I thought something that was a little more ethnic. So I decided on Asian. Originally, it was just going to be Japanese, but I think some of the dishes wouldn't translate well. So I wanted to go with something more fusion style that everybody could understand, but it still didn't confine me into just one.
One specific, yeah.
It was just because Whiskey Alley is very special oriented. So I need to make some more stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe that broad spectrum of Asian would give me some things, but also the community to just have some fun.
Also, it gives you to be, like you said, more creative too, and do a little more different spin.
Yes.
Now, we know you're an excellent chef just because of Whiskey Alley and a lot of things. So I know you want to do something different. Do you have any background in the Asian food, or are you just self-learned, self-taught?
A little both. I studied under a really good French chef. Did really well with him, and he said go to school. So I went to New England Culinary Institute up in Montpelier, kind of French-based. And as any early 20s guy, I was like, I am done with this. So I wanted something that was completely opposite of that I was studying so hard to do. And I fell in love with Japanese in my early 20s, and then dabbled here and there. I worked with a few chefs that were trained under Japanese chefs, but never really had the opportunity to really study under someone. So dabbled. And then this is a great opportunity. So all the stuff that I've learned over 20 years, fine-tuning and playing around, I think it's about time. And so far it's been great.
I'm so excited.
So my question for you is, why did you decide this location?
This location, honestly, I wanted to do something that, again, was away from what I have established over on the alley.
Does that make it distinctly different too?
Right, I didn't want it next door, and it's full of great restaurants. So I was always over here. You have New Moon over there, and I've been
Plum
around. Plum pudding, regular.
Yeah,
So this property came available, and I've been looking at this. I toured it literally 8 years ago, and I was like,
what a speakeasy.
I think it was in between the speakeasy.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it came in, I was like, wow, this is small. And what I was doing at the time was, before Whiskey Alley, I had another restaurant downtown, and it was too small, and I couldn't make it. But now, everything just came around, landlord, great.
It's interesting how things kind of circle back, that you looked at it 8 years ago and now.
Eight's a lucky number too, you know that? It is an Asian culture. Means success.
There you go.
Well,
I'm just telling you, that's how it is. And it's the year of the dragon too, so all good.
She knows a lot of this stuff.
Well, she should.
Yeah.
So I like this. I like the space. And then what was great about doing construction and conceptualizing, fell in love with the neighborhood. The community here, and it's the north end of Lawrence, but it's so different from over there, which is the alley.
Different.
It's more neighborly. It's a community. It's a real neighborhood. So I'm excited. I have great neighbors. You and I have Aiken Dry Goods. They're amazing, but been welcomed into the neighborhood. So I'm glad I did choose this. And now there are new restaurants coming in. So hopefully we can have build this side.
We also have Cork and Cap just slightly above, and we try to support them too, And it is more of a neighborhood. It's a little different vibe. That's the best way to say.
It is.
And a little quieter and stuff, so it's great. And we're glad to see another restaurant come into here. Now, you mentioned something about some broth or something that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so what's really a basis of the restaurant, I have some little fun things. I think that might stem from Whiskey Alley, just little bites and plates. But what really is the basis of this restaurant is the broths. It's a dashi. It's bone simmered 18, 20 hours. So it takes a lot of time where it's not, some people think, instant ramen, the cheap stuff you get, wherever.
I'll be honest.
See, that's grew up on that. Just easy.
And there's nothing wrong with it. But
No, just easy.
But what we do here is getting bones in from chicken and pork and chicken feet and all the stuff where we simmer for hours and hours. So understanding when the bowl comes to you, it's a lot of love, a lot of hours, a lot of curating all this stuff. So it's that in itself is a labor of love.
I'm excited.
It's always smelling good back there.
It must be better than hot ramen that I eat.
Yeah,
sure.
Especially when you were in college, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you off the wall question, and it could be cut if it's like, do you do any gluten-free? Because I eat gluten-free, so I was curious. Oh, I love you already.
It's a great question because it's difficult for me in this restaurant because gluten, you think of noodles, right? But also someone who is really sensitive or allergic, like a celiac kind of situation, there's wheat and soy.
Yeah.
It's an Asian concept. So to find something that can satisfy everybody, but then also gluten without having soy or wheat noodles, it's very difficult. So we are working on it. We do have things on the menu that are gluten-free. We are continuing to work on that because of the influx when we opened of like, hey, do you have gluten? I'm like,
never thought of it.
I'm gonna say you wouldn't have thought about.
The gluten.
I would say it's becoming more like not a necessity, I guess, for gluten free. But
the soy sauce, there's the alternative that's not too difficult. But some of the noodles is more of a challenge. You only have rice noodles.
And so we do rice noodles, and we're trying to work that in with the ramen. It's delicious. It's not what we originally intended. So again, with any restaurant, you got to morph what people want, what people expect or need.
And also where you can make a profit, because we want to stay around.
Yeah. But we are working on different things. We're still working on the menu that we opened up with. So we've been up 6 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
So
it's not been long.
This menu, I'm trying not to change as much as Whiskey Alley, where it was every day, or still
that's
is every
a job
day.
right there.
That's a job in itself. But to now we know that I got feedback, and now we're going to tweak and make some changes. So that is up there on the forefront of doing that. So.
Well, I made a dinner date with my husband tonight to have dinner here.
Tonight?
So, tonight at 7. I got it. I didn't.
Set the bar. We gotta go.
No.
Well, we're really excited about it. Is there anything else that you wanted to share about it?
I don't think so. I think we hit all the stuff.
My suggestion is you take a walk on Lawrence, the north end of Lawrence, and come check out the stores in general here, specifically the Red Door. And I think you'll be happy and pleased with the vibe and the great food and stores here.
Yes.
We want to thank Chef Chad for giving us time and letting us into the Red Door to get a sneak peek of really the back of this restaurant and what he's doing.
Well, thank you for staying tuned in. And if you like to stay up to date with all of our current and future videos, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, it's your home, your lifestyle, and
we are your real estate team.